All right, so let's do a top down on big old BTC. Our monthly cycle is pretty much useless, so it's just there's not enough data there. Um, so we can't really analyze that one as far as cyclical um, analysis. But when we look at price, I mean, this is like I've said before, any other market that does this type of move, it's tough to be bullish. It's just that this is an entirely new asset class. This is blockchain. It's the next wave of the internet. So this is a brand new technology slash currency. I mean, so it doesn't surprise me that this is what it is, right? So the monthly chart, I would say it's again the things that matter most about the price action here is that you do have angle and distance, so you are quite a ways away from the 8. So at some point you're gonna get some retracement, at least back towards the 8. We've been tracking. This has been so bullish. You've just been riding what we call the 8 train this entire time, but you get a lot of lows down near that 8, and now we're so far extended from there. I kind of thinking it's one more vertical push up, maybe towards 10,000, and then you're going to have to see this 8 catch up, and price can probably pull back toward the 8. So we might have one more leg up, and then you get to retest the 8. It's just hard to know when that might take place, but you do have to be aware. Being aware is one of the biggest qualities of a trader. Being flexible in your expectations, but just being aware that this is pretty extended from the 8. It just is what it is. And then each candle low, I mean, since we started here on this chart for this exchange, you haven't closed a monthly candle below the prior candle's low, which is just amazing. If you look at that, this candle here did intra-month go below this candle, but you didn't really close below it. Closed like right at it. So that's just another simple technical thing you can point out. I call that the swing line. And so what that matters now is this low here in front of 4,000 is kind of what I care about also. So that's the only things that stick out to me on the monthly and without really having a good cyclical reading. When we go to the weekly chart, and take our signals off here. Well, this chart doesn't get more bullish than this. Just nice higher lows. So the bands will probably come up in here. This is pretty big level right here, 2,800. If we do push one more leg up on BTC into 7,500 was one of the targets I kind of did on a couple of these podcasts last week. We get another push to 7,500 first, and then the next pullback will probably be towards the 8 here as that rises back up. We'll see. I mean, we've had a pretty good, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks off this low. So there's an 8.6 frequency to markets, just like the global business cycle is 8.6 years. So, this low, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You guys see from this candle low, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Boom. That was your cycle high. Pull back. So we're getting close to another 8 count. So it kind of makes sense that maybe as we get closer to 7,500. That was just a big round number that I don't like doing a lot of price targets. So when you have blue sky above, this is uncharted territory, so it's kind of silly just to pick off an arbitrary target. But 7,500 is just kind of the right area on the way to 10,000. could probably draw a projection line like this. I don't know, I'm kind of already at that. Anyway, as far as the cycle goes, we've already had a pretty good move up, but cycle's still rising. Let's go to the daily. Um, Daily cycle's still turning up. Still turning up. Now, we haven't had seen a real deep cycle low since September, back in July, and then this last time down, we only got about halfway back. So maybe we'll cycle back up here to like above 90 on the stochastic. That would make sense. Also, with another run up to 7,500. We pretty much nailed all these lows though to buy and add and reduce back. So pretty happy with that. You can see it a little bit easier on the 4 hour. Cycle low, boom, cycle low, boom. This one we probably could have added again here. But our last action was take a little bit off back into the prior highs, and then let's see if we can make new highs. So still stay core long. 4 hour cycle is pretty high. We look at the 30-minute for some of you that have been trading around a little bit more. It's the same thing. I mean, another cycle low this morning in London. Another cycle low right there at 6,000. So, like I said, we're going to try to start putting out more. We'll start trading this around, guys, more in the near term. There's just too much opportunity. I want to start doing it on Litecoin also, but that pretty much covers BTC.